Like, okay, not obligated to do that though, just to let you know.
You're going to survive today, you might as well.
Once we lock the doors though. All security's like, okay, have a good day. Did you buy something? Huh? No, it's not like, no pressure. So if you got your own dolls in your pocket or whatever, hope it's a doll in your pocket, that was a joke. Excuse me, sir, is that a doll in your pocket?
Five people to fill up this up.
I know you guys will be seeing Johnny Bosch later, right? He should be here, right? Coming up very soon. John will be here. So I saw him in Los Angeles, huh? Yeah, I saw him in I keep in contact with him. So people ask if we're friends. I'm friends with Johnny. So I know we're supposed to do stuff together. You know, one day we'll do a movie together. But well, do you guys? I know you had a question. I kind of cut you off. Prankster. Sometimes, yeah. I do a lot of prank. You know, I gotta keep it alive, fresh. Don't believe Johnny though. He'll say a bunch of stuff. It's not true. Well, I know I got in trouble. Yeah, so probably joking around with all the guys. Called Walter up, Zach, the other day, and he was in the middle of doing I guess I called him on July 4th or July 3rd. He was in the middle of a convention, so he just put me on speaker, and everybody was like, hey! So I talked to him a little bit, so that was good. But so you guys are going to be here for the next couple days, right? All right. Well, not in this room for the next couple days. Dude, you wore your Spider-Man shirt, man. I'm sorry, Spider-Man's not here. It's okay, though. I got Power Ranger shirts. You can change that, you know. Well, last time I was here, I fought the dog. So I didn't know it was so close. I was like, duh. I was driving around, and then I was looking at a Starbucks where I left the phone. I was like, man, that looks familiar. But so then I realized that it was so close. Now the standing room people, standing room.
I don't want to send that.
Limited breathing, please. Like this. Because it gets too hot. Well, we can start, questions and stuff. Keep it going. Keep it interesting. See now, what's this creature right here?
Oh, there's art.
What is it? Now, I know Johnny does a lot of voiceovers. So I do stuff with Johnny and they're like, hey, do this or do that. And I'm like, I don't really know the stuff he does, So he does all these crazy voices like, and all these other like, that's cool, man. I only know him from the show. And even on the show, Johnny was never he's never sung, he wasn't into singing so I said, what happened, man, after the show, But I guess we all do different things. Here I've always thought so, but here I'm fighting with Johnny singing. And, my little girl likes his, there's a Power Ranger shirt right there. It's not the official one I have, but it's good. My little girl loves to watch Johnny sing though. She watched him last time at Austin. That's where she was with me. So she did a convention and that was a couple years ago. She's young and small. She was talking and and stealing the show a little bit though. It was kind of cool. But I was filming a documentary the other day and I told her to film, and she's like, I don't want to film. I'm like, you better film or I'm going to take a tip away from her belt, She got all mad at me. But we had a documentary crew up at my school. Pretty good sized crew. They're doing a documentary on, I think it was MMA and Jesus Didn't Tap or something like that. So they didn't ask a lot of Power Ranger questions. So, but anyway, I know you guys will have some. So maybe we can get started. People still coming in, huh? All right, okay, good.
You're very popular here.
I'm the only panel, man. What are you talking about? Oh, we're really popular. What's on the schedule? Me. Nothing else to do. Might as well just come in here. You don't probably even know why you're here. No, I'm just kidding. Yes? Embarrassing? I don't really get embarrassed all that much. I've embarrassed people. I know that. I know the most was doing that the Christmas episode, and under the mistletoe, you know, we got to like kiss and stuff. We were like filming, and then I'm just crazy, you know, a little bit. I mean, well, a lot, but so I was filming, and they were filming the episode and all that stuff, and then I was like, oh, the line's supposed to be mistletoe, and I'm supposed to go, you know, and she's like, oh, Tommy, you know. So I'm like, oh, mistletoe, and I just took my pants off. And she was like, the director was like, cut. Like, so what are you doing? I'm like, that's what you're doing on the mistletoe, right? So I probably embarrassed her a little bit, but I do remember that. But you know, filming, it's, you know, costs money to film, so we used to get in trouble all the time. It's like, okay, we got to get the shot, we got to film and all this stuff. So, but any other questions? Don't be shy. Yes.
What was your favorite ranger? The Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger?
Probably the green. I mean, as far as playing it and, you know, like power-wise, I'd probably say the green, just because it was like it was first, and you know, it was kind of the evil, and you know, it's fun to be evil a little bit, you know. And I was a loner, and you know, it's like, that's why I was like, oh, Tommy, he's got so many problems. I'm like walking alone. I think that's why I was popular, because people can relate to that, you know. I have problems too, so anyway. And then I started making friends, and then started being the leader on the show. And that's when the problems really happened. It's just better being a loner, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to talk to people. What's wrong with you? It's like, nothing, just leave me alone. That's when I'm a loner. But yeah, I would say the Green Ranger. So, yes.
I was just gonna ask, aside from the Power Rangers, are you ready for the 16th month?
Well, the 16th, the fight had to get pushed.
Oh, it did?
Because, yeah, I just got out of surgery. I mean, I was in surgery about 6-7 weeks ago. The last convention I was in, I think Idaho, or I don't know, yeah, Idaho where potatoes are. And I had like a big cast on, but see, I got cut like right here, and I got cut right here. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I ain't putting vitamin E on it for the scar. But I was in a cast for 6 weeks. I had a distal bicep tear on this arm, and 6 weeks ago, I was sparring with some of my guys at Silverback, and threw an right overhand, and you could just hear it pop, and the muscle just contracts up. So, and it takes a long time to heal and stuff. So I have to push that fight, but I think it all works out for the best, because you know I'm just gonna get back to training, and you know, and do my stuff, and I know different organizations are popping up, and you know, so it'll be good. But yeah, I did book this, and I was ready for the 16th, but unfortunately right now, I know if I throw a punch or anything, I'm really not supposed to be out of a cast, but I just don't want to wear it, you know, like a splint.
Is it still Machado though?
What's that?
Is it still Machado?
Machado?
Or Machado?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He ain't get a sad chance against you, man. You'll take
No,
him.
Machado, he don't. No, I mean, he turned out to be a nice guy towards the end, but I know where he trains. All the guys that I spar with at Paradigm, he tries to go over there now, and you know, it's just. My coach is like, you don't need the other arm, just fight anyway. Yeah, but you know, but the thing is, your damage. You know, when you do have something wrong with your body, I was like, you think I want my muscle like way up here for the rest of my life? He was like, hey, you remember that fight in July? I was like, no. And then my muscle like stuck up here. So you have 10 days to get a surgery. You know, so I was just probably like right after it. I know my body, so I know when I get injured. Like right away, something happens, I'll know exactly. I'm kind of like, you know, a doctor to myself. You know your body more than anyone. And one of my training partners the other day he wrestles, and he popped his ankle, and he was laying on the floor. I'm like, oh, you'll be fine, just walk it off, you know, and stuff. But he knew his body. He's like, no, I'm telling you, I did something really bad. I'm like, no, you'll be fine. And he did. He like tore up every ligament and just ripped everything. So now he's got to get surgery. But see, I didn't know his body. I just told him, shake it off, you'll be fine. And, you know, but you know your body pretty well. But it gives me more time and stuff like that. So.
Have you ever been attacked by a fan?
I've had it.
Everyone knows that.
I'm not worried about that. I do kick fans though, but I gotta stop it. They do. They come up, they're like, man, just kick me, and then I really do. I'm thinking, man, you know, next thing you do, then, oh, you kicked me, now I can't work, and now I need to sue. You weren't working before I kicked you anyway. But, you know, if there was a lawsuits, I swear, I'd like, if people ask me, hey, can you kick me in the head? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, just trying to look out for my fans, you know? Why, have you ever attacked anybody?
Yeah, she did. She did it outside earlier.
Recognizing your face right now.
He's crazy.
Juicy.
Everybody knows her? Oh, yeah, I was attacked by her. Yes.
Can you say it's morphin' time like you used to?
Not like you. You want me to say like you just said?
How you used to?
It's morphin' time! I don't know, like, as a kid, like, you know, listening to the whole it's pretty close to morphine, you know? It's like morphine time. I guess they don't care about that kind of stuff.
What's the hardest stunt you ever did?
Hardest stunt? That was Johnny supposed to spot me on that tree flip. I was doing the first movie, yeah, he was. He says, oh, it is, but yes, he is. He was supposed to spot me. He told me, Johnny's pretty good at like acrobatics and stuff, and he told me just commit to the flip, man, you'll be fine. And I did. I ran all the way up the tree, and then I committed back to the back flip, and then he's supposed to spot me. I swear, and he was like, I hit my face, and I thought my teeth were knocked out, and right now he's like, dude, that's not what happened. I was like, yeah, well, trust me. I'm the one that saw him upside down just go like this. Looking at like this. I was thinking like, what the, are you? Nothing. But that was probably like, you know, we're just kind of practicing, I guess. Yeah.
Can I have a hug?
Give me a hug? Yeah, afterwards maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not hug you, then look, we're gonna be like doing the hug thing the whole entire convention. Johnny's gonna come in and be like, what the heck, dude? Come on in, Johnny, we're just giving hugs. Yeah.
Did you ever get to keep any of the props from like the show? Like,
Have I ever stole them? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got to, man. I mean, working around everything, they're like, hey, have you seen that dragon dagger? I'd be like, it's in my pocket. No, that's a joke. I don't know. I got that joke. Dragon dagger in my pocket. Is that a dragon dagger? Yeah, no, I did take a lot of stuff though. So what are they gonna do about it? I mean, what, you know, they come after me now? Jeez, sitting in the shuttle van, like all, like, how you doing? Good. Turning, can't move because my spandex are on under my clothes. Kind of feel like you with 2 shirts on. Yeah. What's that red shirt on? No. What's that? Nothing. But yeah, I got some shadow boxes hanging around with some stuff. Yep.
what type of fighting do you like more? The Power Ranger style fighting or the actual fighting?
Well, you get paid more on the fake fighting. And you don't even have injuries and stuff, and then you can say cut, redo it, and stuff like that. But you know, I mean, I think Forrest Griffin said it the best. He got into the sport because he likes punching people in the face. You know? But no, for fake fighting, you get paid way more than real fighting. You know? It's all like they say, it's all fun and dandy until you get your eye poked out. It's true though, you know, until you get. I mean, I like getting punched and stuff, but I just don't want, you know, scars and stitches. Huh? Can I punch you back? As long as I punch you first, that's fine. Right after this, where there's no cameras, I'll be happy to. Odd request. I do get some strange ones. Now I gotta look for, like, now I'm gonna go outside and go, and then she gonna jump out the bush and be like, I attacked you! And I'll be walking, I'll be like, what the? Right in the eye for this guy. Welcome to McGowan. Man.
At least you get a hug afterward.
Yeah, I forgot the hug. You're right. Dad, punch in the eye. Am I right?
Wow.
Yes.
Do you ever get tired of being remembered as a Power Ranger?
No. Sometimes I have bad days though. I don't really like. It's not like I go out. Well, Texas I get recognized a lot because I have like my face on billboards because I'm advertising businesses and stuff. So in Texas I get recognized a lot. LA I don't. So, I mean, there's actors all over LA, you know. They usually say you're an actor and they're like, oh, cool, what restaurant do you work at? You know, that type of thing. Everyone's actors. It's strange, though, talking about the restaurant thing. I was doing, you know, we were filming Power Rangers, and then the first 3, which, you know, Walter and Twee and Austin, they left the show. And I went to have like a lunch with my agent at the sushi place. And I love Twee, you know, I know she passed away and all that stuff, but it was strange because she was working at this restaurant right after the show. So I went in to do like an interview, and that's what I mean by like what restaurant you work at, because they work at a lot of restaurants in between filming or whatever, just to pay bills and stuff. But she was working, and I felt really strange she's like, oh, how's it going? And I was like, oh, hey, you know, I didn't really want to ask for anything like water, you know, she's like my co-star before. But that just, I think, put everything in perspective and reality that anything can happen, you know, TV's not forever. But I've always been like a businessman, so I've always, you know, done stuff. But as far as being recognized, sometimes, you know, you're in a bad mood, but I've never said no to an autograph, and I'm usually not like that. And it's been to the point where I remember, you know, like people are like, yeah, that's cool, you know, have autographs. I agree, and all that stuff. But I remember my brother got in a really bad car accident. He passed away though, but not from the car accident. But he was in the hospital and he was almost dying. And my friend lost his arm. Mike Casamassa lost his arm, so he's on a respirator. My brother is like near death. Doctor comes in and says, you know, can we talk? And, you know, it's a bad time. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he's like, hey, can you sign these pictures for my kids? And I remember signing the pictures. I was really distraught. I was like really upset though, because I was like crying because my friend lost his arm, and my friend's a karate teacher, and he still owns a karate school today. And it just showed me like how like there's just wrong timing for stuff, you know? And I remember signing it, and I remember this nurse asked for an autograph, and then she turned around and she's like, well, who are you anyway? And that's what I'm joking around about saying, like, you don't know, you know, she didn't really know. She's doing it because the doctor did it. But that just kind of showed me like, I've never said no to an autograph except one time at a convention. The guy who ran the Ranger board, you know, some dude that like not ran it, but he was like he bashed Tommy like all the time, like just hated my character and stuff. I don't know his name. I don't even really know his name, but he was at this convention. He said Ranger board. I said, oh, you guys do Ranger board? He goes, yeah, I'm the one that bashes your character. Like, I just hate your character. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm not gonna sign all your stuff. He's like, yeah, you are. I said, no, I'm not. So I really didn't. That's the only time I didn't. He had a whole bunch of stuff, and I was thinking, what you should have done is that you should have just asked me for all the autographs, and I would have signed everything, and then said, I'm the guy that bashes Tommy, you know, but he didn't. He said it first. So he was standing on the side, so he tried like getting the promoter, you know, it's like trying to get these promoters, hey, you need to tell him, and he's standing on the side and with the promoter. I'm like, I ain't gonna sign your stuff. So we were doing a big panel, and I said this, and I knew he was there. I said, raise your hand if you're the guy that didn't sign for it. He was like, yeah, that was me. I said, okay, everybody in the room, do me a favor, make sure you go on Ranger board and just, you know, stick up for me, and I'm not that type of person. I don't think the guy had no defense, but that's the only guy I ever said no to. Yeah, I mean, he probably got his toy signed, but I just thought it was funny. He's like, yeah, you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. That was funny. Bad thing, say first. I went to train at this martial arts school, and I asked this, that's like if you came into my school and said, hey, I want to train, and how much is it? I'll say, well, why don't you take my class, and if you survive, then you pay me like 80 bucks. That's what this coach said, right? But he should have took the money first, because what if I really didn't survive? You wouldn't have got paid. Collect the money, oh, you know, it's X amount, go have fun, then beat them up. Don't try to do the opposite. I'll give people. Anyway, that's what happened. So that was a long explanation about, hey, do you ever get tired of being recognized? I almost forgot the question, but I remember now. Yes?
Speaking of hitting people, did you ever hit somebody by accident when you first started out?
Oh yeah, I was. Johnny can tell you, the stunt guys really, after a while, see, because I trained in real martial arts, and then I went to Hollywood. So there's a difference, you know, like the kicks and the punches, everything's different. But I didn't really, like I was just kind of connecting, and I was just like, and then after a while, the stunt guys were like, dude, come on, man, be easy. This is Hollywood, you know, and so I had to learn to do that. And then we used to get memos from Disney, and Johnny can tell you this, I used to get memos. Well, I got a memo one time that said, don't say shit. That's what the memo said. Don't say shit when you fight. It's like, what does it mean, don't say shit? Because when I go, shit, like that, they think I'm cussing. They really did. I was like, I called them, I was like, what are you talking about? Well, it just sounds like you're cussing, so like, what am I supposed to do? Like, shit, bullshit, you know? I really wasn't, but it sounded like I was. So I remember getting this memo, and I was like, what the heck, man? But anyway, we cleared that up. So, but yeah, I used to accidentally hit people, and then they told us, and this is where I was going with that story. Then they said, hey, can you do me a favor? when you fight, can you look really like less violent, you know? And I was like, God, now this show's stupid. It's like really cheesy. Then I had to be like, ha! You know, like smile. Before I used to be like, ha, ah, ha, and I still did that, but they always raw me to see, can you smile a little bit? And I was like, no. You know, that's like, they just want to, like, you know, the kids, they want to see that stuff. They don't want to see, like, be nice. They want, like, we want to punch them in the head. We couldn't hit in the head. We couldn't do any of that stuff. Just because of the violence issue, which I understand. I did a whole double nunchuck scene, like in the juice bar, but they cut that because nunchucks were like illegal, so we had to take that and like redo it with the bow staff. So there was a lot of rules on the show, you know, like, you know, no tattoos and stuff like that. Look at me now. Listen to rules. Yes, the dude that wants to punch me in the face.
What do you think about the sparks, like, when you were fighting in boots, that someone sparked you?
It's funny, man, because when I started fighting MMA, I started going to the gym and sparring. I was like, damn, dude. I was like, I talked to people. I'm like, this is just so different. They're like, what's different? I'm like, dude, that's just when I hit them, they just don't spark, man. I don't understand. Like, I kicked this dude and there was like no spark. I used to joke around with people like that. It was funny. So when I'd spar, and I'd be like, come on, spark, ha, spark. No sparks. Yep. So different.
When you had your Green Ranger, you miss your long hair or no?
Not really, man, because honestly, like, first, every time I do any spinning kick, the ponytail was lined up perfect right in my eye. You know, like, it wouldn't like hit the nose, and wouldn't hit the side of my face, it would hit right in my eye. And if you ever been poked, like, just a little in the eye, it's just enough to be like, damn, what'd you do? So every time I'd like, wham! I'd be like, again. So that's the first thing. Second thing, when I was filming, I got like really curly hair. You know, like my hair is just like. If you saw Turbo, that's how my hair is. So I got lazy. I told him I don't want to straighten it no more. Like, you know, well, because I get call times before Kimberly. Like, I'd sit in a chair. I'm like, dude, I'm tired of being called to do my hair, like so dumb. You know, but I'd get early call time, so I just decided to chop it. And I cut my own hair, by the way. You could probably tell, but I went to go try to find some dude that cut hair. His name is David Drew. David Drew. He's like, well, I cut Lorenzo Lamas' hair. And then I got my hair cut, and it was like $100, and I was like, I could do that. Just like this. You know, it's all even. There's no really, you know, anyway. But yeah, I don't really. And now it's too hot, and my hair would frizz and the humidity. It's just a lot of things. Yep. Yes.
How did they get the sparks in the show?
Oh, Johnny probably knows a little bit more about the whole stunt stuff, but they have like almost like a little wireless mic thing on the chest. So like when you would hit them, they would spark it, and you know, I don't know. And then like Johnny knows all about that stuff with the blood and the sparks. He'll probably be like, I don't know. He told you I know about that stuff. I guess he did more stunts than I did. So, but yeah, that was the sparks. See, if I was controlling the sparks, I would just do that. I would just when they're talking, be like, hey, oops, sorry, my bad. Sorry, I touched the wires, man, my bad. When we got to do it, timing's got to be perfect. See, that's what I would do. I think they would hold up, if I'm not mistaken, they would have it and control it themselves too. So when they'd hit, they'd spark it or something, I don't know. But still, I'd just be like, hey guys. Yes.
When did you start getting your tattoos, and what's your favorite one?
My tattoos, I got all my tattoos by a guy by the name of James Clemens, and he's got his own tattoo shop. And I know it's like a plug, but James, he does all my tattoos, even the little Power Ranger tattoo I have right there on my wrist. Under my communicator. The reason I got that was a little upgraded communicator. But the reason why I got that, everyone kept saying, man, you don't have like no ink, and I got my little girl right here on my chest. And, so yeah. So I have all these different tattoos, so I didn't have any Power Ranger tattoos. So this guy by the name of James Clemens, who I went to, had a shop in Corpus Christi. So I drive to Corpus and then back to Houston pretty much all the time to get tatted. But now he's got his own shop, Tattoo Fortune and Glory in Streetport, James Clemens. So you should hit him up on Facebook and be like, hey, Jason was talking about you. And maybe he'll hook me up with some ink. I can't fit anymore. No, but he does really good work and stuff. And then, but see, my tattoos are different. A lot of people get tattoos. either two things. They don't have time or they run out of money. Because that's what it comes down to. Like, well, I want to do this piece and I don't really have too much time. Usually they run out of money to get a tattoo. Well, I had time and I had money to get my tattoos. And I'm like, well, I'm a big baller. But, you know, tattoos, he charges pretty good rates, you know. Like, anyway. So I went up there and then I had no tattoos and I came back with like sleeve and just, so all my guys were like, oh, hey sir, how's it going? and then, you know, then I got addicted to the needle. That means tattoos, people. Don't be like YouTube. Power Ranger addicted to the needle. Means tattoos. But yeah, it is. Anybody have a tattoo and they get that itch that you just, and it's not like, you know, like like pain. Like, oh, just give me pain. After a while, it's like, it's kind of annoying. You know, I got a whole rib piece and I'm just like, you know. I say go to the cornfield. Like when something really hurts, I just kind of close my eyes and I just don't talk and I go to the cornfield. I don't know why it's the cornfield. The only way to give you an idea of what the cornfield looks like, the episode when I was fighting Goldar, like just all that wheat or whatever it was, just that's what it is. I just go there. But I don't see Goldar go, die. I don't see that. I just go to the cornfield. And yeah, Goldar don't exist in my cornfield. And neither do the children of the corn in the freezer. They don't either. So, yes.
Did you in the series? Did you like beating up Butch and his best friend?
Beating up who?
The two Bolton.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good friends of mine. They're cool. Yeah, I mean, we didn't. I don't think we really had a chance to like beat them up though. Like some of the helmet heads did, right? Is that what you said? Like beat them up? I don't think so. Did we beat them up, really? I know in the pilot, they beat him up in the bowling alley. In the pilot they did, and I was like, man, you know, so bad I just want to hit a human. You know? Honestly, think about it. Who's the first, here's a quick quiz for you. Well, maybe I could be wrong, all right. Who's the first human on the show that I really, human looking like, that I really had a pretty big fight scene with? Yeah, that's true. All right, who's the second? Let's say, all right, let's go back. Who's the first real fighter? No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. All right, who's the second? Because I forgot about Jason. Who else? Huh? No. The only thing that I thought about, which you guys probably didn't see, but like Dino Thunder, that principal girl. Principal, I had a whole fight scene with her. Yeah, and I had a whole fight scene with her on the thing, and I was thinking, man, I kind of miss fighting a human, but why do I have to fight this girl? I was like, don't get me wrong, girls are bad. I've seen some of the, like really good girls, but yeah, I was thinking, but you're right, I forgot about Jason, but yeah, I don't think about him all the time. All right. Yes, with the ears.
Would you ever consider promote a reunion?
You know what? Look at me. The producers would be like, oh man, he's not a role model. We can't get that guy. You know what's really funny is, you know, I guess Paul's on the show. So Paul was like, you know, I was like, hey man, you guys should think about doing like, pulling some of the guys, you know, back on the show. They're like, well, we're kind of starting the show all over again. You know, and like Paul's like the only guy that really looks 25 and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I don't know, Paul still looks the same to me, but I don't know about 25. I don't know if that was their explanation. I was just saying, why don't you tell me? I'm all tatted up, dude, and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think they would, just because, you know, Jaime, you know, owns it now. And he's missing out on a whole, like this generation of Power Rangers, to him, it's not what he wants no more. He doesn't want that. He wants 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds again. That's why it's on Nickelodeon. He just wants that money again, where all they're going toy crazy. He doesn't really care about this generation, you know? If it was up to me, I would say, okay, let's do a Dark Knight type of Power Ranger for the adults. Make it like the Dark Knight, make it violent, give it for this type of generation. Keep the costumes, make it cool, almost like the Japanese version, but a darker version of it. But, you know, he doesn't think of that stuff. Well, he probably does, but he don't care. So, anyway, that's that. Sold it for like $1 trillion and then bought it back for like $1. Starting all over again. Yes?
Did you like being a Power Ranger?
Yep, I sure did. It was cool. It was like 6 days a week. Running around in spandex. That's what I want to do when I grow up. No, you don't. Okay, I'll get you in a second. Yes. Yeah.
How'd you feel going from green to white?
It felt pretty good. I was like, no. Hey, I tell you what did feel good though, going to the White Ranger, was this. Who is that? Oh my gosh, who's coming down? Austin. Oh yeah, baby, feel me, here I come. But that was like the only cool thing. It was like, who's that? Oh my God, it was like, it's me. So, but just a different colored toy. But yeah, I tell you what, when I was a Power Ranger, I didn't have the vest on. I did feel naked. I needed the vest, to feel like. Okay. Yes.
Do you ever wear the Power Ranger costume like at home?
That's coming from the girls. You ever been attacked? What's your next question? Do you ever wear your Power Ranger suit at home? When you're alone? I got the White Ranger helmet. I wear that around just naked. I run around. No, I do got the. I do have the White Ranger helmet though. My friend Casey Hobson, he was 22. He passed away in April. And I always mention him everywhere because I pretty vowed down to keep his name going. He was a good training partner of mine. But he loved that helmet. He put that on, ran around, and you almost got to teach him how to talk in the helmet. Because when people come on the show, there really is like a unique way of talking. Because if people get the helmet on, they just go like this. Hey man, let's go get this monster or whatever. But when you're filming that and you don't see nothing, it's so blah. So that's why you have to be like, hey, all right, let's go get this. It's like that whole, and then even running onto a line, running into running into frame. You can't just people run into frame and they stop and they're like, all right, it's like when you run into frame, you gotta be like, all right. I'm serious, you gotta be animated when you do that stuff. Hey, maybe you guys know, but I can't find this on YouTube. I saw something on YouTube about two guys that got the same Red Ranger costume at Halloween. And then the Pink Ranger was driving a FedEx truck or something. You know what? It was 4 million hits. And then someone, you know what I'm talking about? Someone got shot and he goes, ding, steal, bitches, or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? What was it? Yeah, you're gonna have to give me that website because I was trying to look it up the other day. I wanted to show some of my workers and I couldn't find it. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought they did a good job on that. I don't go to the YouTube or anything. I was gonna tell them, hey man, that was pretty funny. I want to be in one of their little clips. It'd be funny. Hey, I ordered the Tommy costume. And I'll just pop up to your parents. You ordered me? It'd be funny. They got 4 million hits on that.
Did you ever think it was weird when you summoned the Dragon Zord that your dragon flute sounded like a trumpet?
Man, I was probably so busy filming, I wouldn't even pay attention to that, man. Anything could have. The only thing that's weird when you're like this. Then they got to put the music in it. Or I think the hardest thing, the stupidest and the hardest thing is dumb. Everybody, I don't know, we had a couple dance things, dance episodes. And it's weird when you're filming that stuff because there's just no music. You can't have no sound, but everyone's got to be and all the extras have to be quiet. Well, first of all the white people don't have rhythm either, right? I don't either. So the problem is, everyone's doing different stuff, right? And it's just funny. But when I was filming it, and the extras were getting into it, they're and they even have to talk like that too, and there's a whole room of them. It's just strange after a while when you're filming and you haven't had any sleep and you're looking around and you're stuck in Angel Grove and you're stuck at the juice bar and everyone's just dancing around. That is funny though. Then they gotta add the music and then after a while you're yeah, it doesn't look that bad, but it looks pretty bad when you're filming it. So, yes.
Okay. Power Rangers is based on a Japanese show, right?
Yeah.
Were you a fan of that show or did you know about it?
No, I didn't know anything about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know anything. When I got the audition, for a Ranger, and we've got time or whatever you want. I got auditioned for a ranger, so I was thinking, oh man, the Green Ranger. I was like, oh, that's stupid. I'm gonna be like some forest ranger or something. I don't know. You know, like that's the only thing I can think of, like a forest ranger or something. And then I remember I got the audition, and it was called Phantoms. And I got the audition through an agency that I went to, and I had really long hair in the agency because that was the thing, being a black belt. They're like, you need to cut your hair, and I was like, yeah, that's a problem. They're like, you're never gonna get like a a good role where you're gonna have like good yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just finish up the question that he's on.
I'm just kidding. All right, I'll finish up the question. Hey, look, if you guys want to purchase anything or anything, just, see B over there in the back, but I'm gonna finish this. I went to this agency and I had long hair, and they were like, hey man, you're never gonna be able to have like a good role, I mean, you really gotta I had no tattoos and everything, they're like, you need to cut your hair. So I was like, all right, I'll cut it. So I cut my hair and I went back, hoping that they'll give me give me a contract. So I cut my hair, went back, and they're like, I'm sorry man, we're busy. And I was like, I felt naked. I don't know why. I tell you about my vest. I felt naked. I had no hair. I was like, I need to sign on. I cut my hair and everything. They're like, yeah, go wait. I don't have time. And then they just shunned me on, and they gave me a script called Phantoms and said, look, we'll call it even. Why don't you just go audition for this? And then I read it. Then it happened to be Power Rangers. Of course, when I booked it, then they're like, oh, well, we want to be your agents. And a big long story, I got sued and represented myself and won the case. And that's what it is. I felt like a lawyer. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It was awesome. Who represent? I represent myself, Your Honor. Felt good. I won. Anyway. And then I had long hair, short hair. Then I grew my hair out again, and then I cut it again. So yeah, there's gonna be a point where I can't even grow hair anymore. I'll be so old. I'm gonna have like one long strand. What if I just had one long strand? I was like, yeah. So I mean, I still can pull it back in a ponytail. All right. Well, I'm gonna go sign for you guys over here and stuff. Like I said, we have some stuff. If you want to purchase some stuff, don't feel obligated. But I'm gonna be here tomorrow too.